Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for joining me again. I'm just here still trying to promote this idea of mental and emotional literacy. And I'm doing it via using acting tools and techniques. And I understand everybody, every time not every time, but most times I say that, people will scoff at it, think I'm, a fool for doing that. But every time I unpack it for them, not one person has thought that once I was done. Because it's based simply on this. All right. We're at the point now where we're teaching actors literally, how to use real emotions in imaginary circumstances. We're teaching them how to build a real working mindset for use on the stage. Now, I'm just asking the question, why are we working so much harder to build imaginary people than real people? Because the rub is, we as human beings do not have a mental and emotional body for the stage, for imagination, and a mental and emotional body for real life or what's going on in day to day activities. It's one and the same. So, if these acting masters who created these tools and techniques that allow us to literally build, develop, and grow the human mind and emotions, then why wouldn't it work for all of us? And that's just basically my point on it. That accidentally, these acting masters, when they created these tools and techniques, created something that will allow us all to become more rich and fuller human beings, fully developed. It's kind of like that psychological idea of self actualization. Well, this is what that is, but just on a much deeper level. Because that's the problem I have with psychology, and I'm not negating it or anything. I'm just saying that when we deal with psychology, even when we go to schools, it's generally all the paved paths that we have to follow. The Jungian path, the Freudian path, all these minds who came before us. Where in the acting world, there's a lot more freedom. And it's granted, it's more dangerous, but if you're careful, then it's not so bad. It's only dangerous if you're reckless. But you have to appreciate that actors have to become any human being. Doesn't matter who they are, where they are. They're not trying to become the best human being. They're trying to become other human beings. And as for actors, I mean, the reality is most of it is broken or defunct human beings, because that's what we want to watch. Nobody wants to watch a show where everybody's perfect and everything's fine. So by going to this, I guess dark psychology would be the best way to describe it, because that is a field. We're going and understanding how you as a human being fully work. So it's not about just following the paths of people who came before you and doing what they said. It's about finding out who you really are, the depth of who you are as a being, and how you can grow into more. So if you are in bad places, you can help pull yourself out in some ways. And granted, my own example, it's not that easy to when you're. It depends on your circumstances, I guess, because these tools and techniques for someone who has support and has people looking out for them will work wonders. But somebody like me that's got to go it alone, it's painful, it's difficult, because here I am hooking and jabbing trying to make a better life, but I can't do it on my own, because I'm not just trying to build my own life. I sacrificed the thought of building my life to promote this idea, because I understand how important this idea is to our species. And I'll keep going back to what's going on now in the world, or at least in the country, how we're fighting each other as Democrats and Republicans. But it's like, why are we doing that? Because the only people who win when the poor fights each other are the rich. So it's, are we going to continue beating each other out on the streets while the rich take everything? Because that's the reality. Is my life, my almost 50 years of existence, all I've seen is the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. And that, to me, that's not right. But we got these people out here who just are hell bent on fighting for the rich because they've been manipulated by the words. And that's what I'm saying mental and emotional literacy will negate, because we have that going on right now. We got these think tanks, politicians, corporations, the ruling class, all these people with money. They're spending billions upon billions of dollars to understand how we, the people, think, act, so they can control the way we behave and purchase. So it's all about a manipulation game. But if you have mental and emotional literacy, you negate all that. You see through it all. And then you can not fall into those pitfalls. But I'm not the guy who should be promoting this. It should be someone more affluent, someone who has more connections, someone who's smarter. But unfortunately, I'm the one who's here. I'm the one who's trying to push it out there. So I got to go it alone, trying to get this idea out. And I am failing miserably at it. and it's done a number on me, man. But I got this army that I'm painting. It's about, at this point, it's over 10,000 orcs, goblins, snotlings, um, squig herds. I mean, I don't even count the squigs to the 10,000. The 10,000 is just orcs, goblins, and snotlings, but still, that's a tremendous amount for me. And right now, that's the only thing keeping me going is the idea that I need to have something to hold on to because I don't have anything left, man. I ain't got anything in my life to show for other than this army, and I know that's sad, but whatever. It's something. It's something that I can grasp onto to keep me going, to prevent me from, you know, subtracting myself from this planet, because that's all I want to do any days. It's fighting that urge, you know what I mean? But, and I ain't saying that to feel sorry for me. I'm just saying it's the reality, and I want to be able to speak my reality without people getting all boo-hoo with me. I mean, that's all I got left. So here I am trying to push forward with that mindset, but I'm trying. I ain't give up yet. I'm on the verge, you know. So I'm going to keep pushing this idea forward and see where I can go with it for as long as I can before I just can't anymore, you know. And I'm going to keep pushing out these videos and keep talking because that's all I got left is just my mouth. So I'm going to keep talking and hoping I get somewhere. And at the same time, I hope I'm not wasting your time, you know. I hope you appreciate what I'm trying to do once I get it all out there and try to make some more sense of it. Hey, buddy, I'll be with you in just a second. Anyways, since my cat's calling me, I'm going to cut off here. But I am going to keep punching out more videos, and I'm real bad about asking, liking, and sharing, so I should. But I'd appreciate it if you did just kind of help me to promote this idea as best I can. I'm going to start putting courses out on my website. That's the next step I've been trying to go to, but I got sidetracked with podcast interviews, but I'm going to tone those down to try to focus more on these courses and whatnot. Either way, thank you for your time. I hope you guys have a great day, and you take care.